Welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about stairs. Now, again, this isn't intended to be a compendium of all things stairs because they can get very complex. I'm simply going to show you the way I create stairs for a single landing straight run stair and a multiple landing switchback stair. So let's dig into it. The first thing you'll notice is that this is the same drawing that we used for ceilings and floors. In the architecture tab, you're going to choose stair. Now, before I draw anything, notice that there's multiple stair types you can create. I'm simply using the run stair. I'm not making landings or supports. I'm just doing a simple run. And in the properties tab, there's multiple stair types. There's an assembled stair, monolithic stair, and precast stair. By now, I'm hoping you know the difference between those two, because that's another whole lecture in itself about how stairs are, or the anatomy of stairs. But in this case, I'm going to use a simple cast in place monolithic stair. My choices for constraints are level 1, base offset from that level 1, level 2, offset from level 2, what kind of cover I have. And again, using the English standard or the American standard of 6 and 12 or 7 and 12, the riser height is prescribed for us. We can change it if we want. The tread depth is prescribed for us. The number of tread risers at the start is 1, so what we're going to call it. And the number of risers it calculates based on our floor-to-floor height to be 21. So I'm just going to do a simple run stair. And I left click, and the width of that stair at the top before I start drawing, I'll make it 5 feet. And then I'm going to click using the center of the stair as my guide. I'm going to click once to drag out. Now, notice at the bottom it says in gray, it's very hard to read unless you have really good eyes. It says 4 risers created. I just left clicked once and I'm dragging to the right. 4 risers created, 17 remaining. So I'm going to drag all the way out because it's a straight run stair. Hit OK, and call it a day. Hit green check. Now, notice a couple things about this. It did give us a railing as part of the stair, and that's a prescription for that particular family. I can change that either in the family or in the stair itself. The other thing I can do is I can select the stair, and using this toggle at the bottom, I can flip the direction of that stair from the way I drew it to the opposite. So I think those are 2 really powerful tools. I'm going to move the stair, since I had it selected, I'm going to use the edge of the railing. I'm going to move it down to the edge of this floor, somewhere around here, to give me enough room to get someone up and around the stair. Now, if I wanted to see what that stair looks like in section, I'm going to go to the View tab and then choose Section. I'm going to drag from left to right and I left click once, drag to the right, left click again. And in REVIT, everything that's blue is something that you can toggle or manipulate, right? So I'm going to double click. In this case, it's a hyperlink to that view, and there's my section. So stair looks good, railing looks good. Now notice something else. I am cutting through a solid floor and a solid ceiling. That's a problem. Now I could edit using the tools I showed you earlier and create a donut in both the ceiling and the floor. Ceiling and the floor, but there's a faster way. So going to level 1, I'm going to use the architecture tab again. The far right of that tab, you'll see, or that ribbon, I should say, you'll see an opening section, and there's different options. There's by-faced, shaft, wall, vertical, dormer. In this case, we're going to do shaft, and shaft and vertical are similar, and I'm not going to describe the difference between them in this video, but in this case, we're going to use shaft. So I'm going to select shaft. I'm going to choose the rectangle tool, and I'm going to drag from the left edge of the stair to the right edge of the stair. And I say drag, that was incorrect. I left click and I've moved my cursor. I'm not left clicking holding. I just moved my cursor to the right edge of the stair, select that, and hit OK. And now, if I go to that same section, and you'll see that this shaft goes from below the first floor slab up through the second floor slab. I'm actually going to pull that up a little bit because I don't want it to go below the slab. And then there we have, you see how it's cutting through. And when I say you see, if I hit find, you'll see that the opening is there's the composition of the wood floor. There's the composition of the ceiling, and again, the thing is still cutting through the floor. Let me clean that up a little bit. There we go. So now the shaft is only cutting through the elements that need to be open. So I go through, go to level 1 again. Looks the same, but in 3D. So go to the View tab, hit 3D button, and now you can see that. Now you're probably saying, oh, wait a minute. I can see the ceiling below, and I can see that if I were walking along, I'd fall in there, fall in that opening to my death. So there's a couple things we would do. We would add a soffit around that ceiling or a wall to prevent you seeing the ceiling above, and then we'd also add a railing. So I'm going to show you the railing part first because that's part of the stairs, really. So choose railing, and I'm drawing this in 3D. I'm not worried too much about the drawing it in plan. And I simply selected the edges of that slab, or the opening in that slab, I should say. Drew the geometry by pick line tool, and I hit green check. Oh, what happened to? Oh, see, the railing was on level 1. That's not what I intended. So I'm going to go to section, see where it is. I'm going to change that to level 2. Oops. Level 2. And then there we go. Magic. So there we go. My railing is now keeping people from falling to their death, which is always a good thing. And then later on, I would also clean up that gap between the ceiling and the floor so that you would not see the backside of the ceiling. So that's a straight run stair. Now I'm going to show you how to do multi-level stairs. And the one thing to note here is in the elevation, in this particular file, I have multiple levels. So I go to the north elevation, level 1, level 2, level 3, etc. So if out of the box Revit, you only have level 1 and level 2. So you would have to create multiple levels to do this, assuming that you have a building that required that. So I'm go back to level 1, and I'm going to do a switchback stair. And the way that you do this is similar to the way we did the straight run stair. So we're going to go to Architecture tab, not text, what am I doing? Stair. It's monolithic again. It's going to go from level 1 to level 2, and then I'm just going to use the run. So, and it's also 5 feet. So I'm going to click once. I'm going to drag out about halfway. So this is 10 risers up. I'm going to come over a little bit and drag down, and I've completed my stair, and it's a switchback. Now I can manipulate after the fact, by selecting that how close or far that gap is. I can make one run wider than the other. I can do a bunch of stuff, but this is the important part. Now I just did one run. I did level 1 to level 2. In order to make it multi-level, I'm going to go to this button right next door that says Connect Levels. Right, so I'm going to connect levels. I'm going to go to the north elevation, and I'm going to make sure that level 3 is selected, and then I'm going to hit OK. And now what should happen is the stairs, I only drew them from level 1 to level 2, but it should have created another run exactly the same, and showing you from 2 to 3. And when I go to wireframe, it's exactly what you see. Now, go back to level 1. And I'm going to move this guy before I cut anything. And so same thing, I'm going to put it in the corner of the building. Well, I didn't same thing, that's a new thing, I guess. Put it in the corner of the building, and I'm going to look at this thing in 3D, and it moved both runs. Notice that, okay? So I go back to level 1, and now I'm going to do my shaft again, but this time I'm going to draw my geometry, and I'm going to go to the edge. Actually, I'm just going to make it a little sloppy, and then I'm going to use the Edit Align tool to align with the top of that stair. I'm going to, in the Modify tab, hit green, check. I need to confirm that that's where the shaft is, so I'm going to draw a, I guess I got to look at it in 3D. Yeah, there it is. Uh-oh, now I have a problem. My shaft is organized in such a way that I can't get from the second floor to the second floor stair. So I have to redesign that shaft. So I'm going to edit the sketch. I'm going to go back to, I guess I should go to level 2 now, huh? So I go to level 2, and I'm simply going to draw in some new geometry to complete that tread. So I hit connect those two lines, I clean those up, clean that up. Now there's my shaft. I go to 3D. Aha. Now I can walk from stair to stair. So pretty powerful tool. In this case, I don't want to fall from the second floor to the first floor, or first floor stair, I should say. So I'm going to add a railing again. This time I'm just going to choose this edge, make sure it's on level 2, hit the green check, and then now I'm good to go. Thanks for watching. If you found this video valuable, please like and share it with others. If you're not already a subscriber, I invite you to subscribe to my channel by selecting the profile picture below. This will take you to my channel with videos like these and many others on topics such as Revit, SketchUp, and Love Tools. And videos such as these in the playlist next to you that are specific to this topic. Have a great rest of your day.